we started Support Revolution 12 years ago now, we were finding that customers were so used to getting their support from Oracle and SAP that third-party support was a really new concept. So it wasn't really talking about the benefits of third-party support, such as the cost savings, supporting all versions, no forced upgrades, an SLA that we would provide as part of the service. It was more the legal aspect of it, because it was quite unknown to organisations. So when we started doing this back in 2012, it was all about educating people on it's okay. Just because you have your licenses, as long as they're perpetual, you can get your support from anyone else. And that would be ourselves as Support Revolution. So when we started Support Revolution and providing third-party support and maintenance, it wasn't really focused on the benefits, so the cost savings, having support with a resolution SLA, not having to do any future upgrades anymore. It was more about explaining to people the legal aspects of third-party support and maintenance. Educating people on just because you've purchased your licenses from the vendor, Oracle or SAP, it doesn't require you to take support and maintenance from them. It was quite tough at the beginning, having to explain to people, yes, this is legal, what's the catch in moving to third-party support. That was really the educational piece that we had to do for the first year, 18 months. Once we'd done a lot of the education piece, we then started being able to talk to customers about the benefits. And the kind of customers that we first started working with saw the cost savings. I remember speaking to a couple of customers when they say, gosh, the amount of money we're being able to save with you and not spend with Oracle means that we can keep X number of staff. So it was a really big benefit at that point in time to customers, and it was purely about the cost savings. Now, as the times progressed with third-party support, we've had multiple frameworks that have opened up. Working with the Crown Commercial Services, they now recognise third-party support as something, as an industry. So it really opened the doors for a lot of the customers that we work with in the public sector, so local, central government organisations. Then in 2016, Gartner then recognised third-party support as part of their services that they would talk to their customers about. So when their customers would come to them and say, we need to make cost savings, or we're on a transition roadmap, how can you help, what would you suggest? They then started recognising third-party support as a viable option for those organisations. When Gartner recognised third-party support in 2016, it really did open up the door for it to be a viable industry. And then having those industries really did open up the market to the different frameworks that we're working on. So where in the beginning we would be working with organisations who are a little bit risk averse, now we're working with international, multi-centre, multi-country organisations, not really seeing third-party support as a risk anymore. It's more of a solution as part of their strategy. So when you have big organisations that are saying, I've got 10, 20,000 databases, multiple applications across the business, it's more of a strategy to look at third-party support. Look at the state as a whole and say, well, in 5 years I'm not going to be using all of this software, so it makes sense to move this all now or in part to third-party support over that timeline.